So, why is it as a queer individual, as a furry, as a fetishist, as a goth, why don't I celebrate uh, Pride Month? Why don't I, wave the rainbow flag? Um, Partly because as a goth, um, we goths are not trying to push our gothness on anybody else. And it's kind of intrusive and unpleasant for us when we see other people taking their way of life and kind of pushing it on everyone else. Um, I just kind of feel like the modern pride flag is just kind of tacky. It's just too many colors. And when you plaster it all over everything, and when people say, hey, can we like not have like rainbows on like freaking everything? And when people do, what do? You cry. You cry about it. You cry oppression, you cry wolf, and you go, oh, we're so oppressed. Oh, gosh, golly. But, a lot of it just is the fact that, can we not have like rainbows on literally everything? Can we not make like everything lame and gay and queer? You know, um, a large part of it has to do too with the fact that, um, you know, some of the very best, most interesting, most attractive, most amazing people I know in my life um, are trans individuals. However, I feel that the trans community is being taken advantage of um, by the pharmaceutical, medical, industrial complex who are capitalizing off their insecurities rather than trying to actually help them. One of the things that I feel makes trans women so unique and special and attractive and interesting is not that they're women, because they're not. It is that they are men who chose to live as women. And because they embody the male and the female harmoniously, that is a quality that I find very attractive. Um, because essentially, men know what men want. Um, a trans woman is a woman who has lived as a man and understands the male mind far better than any biological female ever could. Um, and uh, it just feels to me that uh, the people who are the psychologists, the doctors, the lawyers, the medical industry, the cosmetic surgery industry are trying to capitalize off of their insecurity to profit from them than actually trying to help them. And the most secure, healthy, and attractive trans male to female trans individuals that I know are trans women who have embraced their male self and their female self together. Theistic Satanist, the Baphomet is kind of a big deal to me, because the Baphomet is not transgender. Baphomet is not transgender. Baphomet is gender fluid. Baphomet exists in the male and female state together in a harmonious state. The Baphomet is not trying to transition from one state to another. The Baphomet embodies the male and the female harmoniously. And I catch a lot of heat from the left and the right about my own views on the transgender narrative, because it doesn't really align with the left or the right. Whereas on the right, they see the trans suicide rate as a big joke. They are confused. They don't understand. And on the left, they just feel like, well, whatever the doctors and psychologists say, everybody just has to, you know, affirm our delusions. And the suicide rate is because we don't get affirmed enough. And no matter how much you get affirmed, the suicide rate still stands. And I see that as a very severe problem. Because, I'm going to be perfectly honest, if anything ever happened to Mama Roxy, Johnny Cat Cassidy, I would be devastated. I don't know what I'd do. I'd be absolutely devastated. But I air these grievances not because I'm transphobic, but because I care about the trans community. Because some of the strongest, most interesting, most incredible individuals that I have ever known were trans. And I just don't really feel like the pharmaceutical industry, the cosmetic surgery industry, the therapeutic psychology industry really has their best interests at heart. I feel like the trans community would do a lot better to accept the reality and the biological reality of their biological gender, while also embracing their spiritual gender. Because this is a very important concept within the theistic and atheistic satanic communities, is that any time you try to push something that is not true through the system of truth, it's not going to work. And if you are at war with truth, you're going to lose. It's not going to work out for you. And I have a lot of love in my heart for the queer community, because I'm queer. And I have a lot of love in my heart for the transgender community, because I'm not entirely cisgender myself. And I just think that male to female transgender individuals are kind of hot. But I just feel like they're being misled, and I have a responsibility to say something about it. Okay, we're going on 11 minutes now. So I guess leave queer in the comments. If you're still watching at this point, like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.